Man, I gotta tell you, it ended up being a beautiful day out here. I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was gonna be cold and gloomy all day. Didn't really start out gloomy, but it started out pretty chilly this morning. And came outside this afternoon after being cooped up working all day in the house. And man, it was hot, almost warm. I had to change into shorts and a t-shirt. So I do have a couple of tasks I'm gonna try to get done today. It's late in the evening, so I don't know if I'll have enough daylight left to get it all done or not, but I'm sure as heck gonna try. Big thing I'm gonna do is try to get this area here all cleaned up and prepared so I can mow. I don't want it to grow a bunch of grass in there and have to fight that. This is where I had an old wood pile sitting here. If you guys remember a couple of videos ago, I had this wood pile sitting here, got rid of it. Somebody came and took it all, but you know, left around. I mean, it'd been sitting there for years. So of course the ground's all built up. Rabbits have been underneath there probably building nests, all kinds of things. Ground's all built up there. I can't run a mower over it the way it is right now. And if I leave it very long, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna sprout weeds. They're gonna grow up like crazy, and then it's gonna be a lot more difficult to take care of. So I need to get that done, and I need to get it done today because it's supposed to rain for the next couple of days. And I don't really wanna be out here working in the rain. So I don't know if I have enough daylight left, but I'm gonna try. We're gonna see what I can get done. All right, that part was actually pretty easy. You may be wondering why I threw a bunch of that stuff in the trash can rather than taking it over to the burn pile. Well, a couple of reasons. One, my burn pile is getting awful big. It's getting really too big to be burning in town. So I don't need to build it up any more than it is right now. It's technically probably past, I mean, it is past the size I'm supposed to be burning in town. So I'll probably have to pull some of that stuff off whenever I burn it. The other reason is a lot of that's construction stuff. It's wood and stuff. You're technically not supposed to be burning that. Now, you know, like an old hillbilly used to say, an old hillbilly I know used to say, the catching's before the hanging, but still, you know, if I can throw it away, I had plenty of room in the trash can, go ahead and throw it away. Plus I have a lot of nails and screws and those kinds of things in it. I don't really want that stuff just laying in the ground, so I went ahead and just trashed it. It all fit in there just fine, not taking up too much room. So my plan is now, get this tiller here going, hopefully I can start it, and run it across here, you know, break all this dirt up and make it easier to kind of rake out because it's kind of raised up right here. I don't know how well that's shown on camera. In fact, you may not even be able to see that area right now. I don't know if you can or not, but it is kind of raised up. So I'm going to try to get this tiller, till this ground up, break it all up, make it nice and loose, and then just kind of rake it out. Actually, got a pretty good deal. This tiller, I've had this tiller for a long time. It's a good tiller. I got it the year of the tornado, the Joplin tornado. Which was May of 2010, is that right? Wow, has it been 10 years already? My goodness. Maybe it was 2000, I think it was 2010. Anyhow, right, you know, the town was just a wreck. If you haven't heard about the Joplin tornado, look it up. You can see it was terrible, it was huge. Hit about 3 blocks from my house. Luckily, I was pretty much unhurt. I had lost a couple shingles off the house, that was it. But I was out doing a bunch of cleanup work for a bunch of people, and a guy I know, I was helping him clean up some stuff. And his shed had got blown away, and this tiller was in his shed. It was his tiller, and he had already made the insurance claims and everything, gotten his stuff replaced. We're doing cleanup work, and a couple blocks away, and found this tiller, and he said, "That's my old tiller." He said, "Well, you can have it. You can have it." He just gave it to me, so I brought it home, cleaned it up, got it going, works just fine. Now here's the deal, I don't actually till my garden, so I don't use it all that often. I only use it like situations like this, or if I'm gonna establish a new garden bed or something like that, it comes in handy every once in a while. But it'd been sitting for a couple of years and I wasn't sure it was gonna start up, and had a buddy that needed to borrow it for something similar to this in his backyard. And I said, "I tell you what, man, I'll let you borrow it. It may not want to start. You may have to, you know, do a carb clean on it and replace the spark plug, but you know, you can borrow it if you can get it running. You can use it, no problem, and that'll just be the pay. He wanted to pay me for it. And I said, no, you don't need to pay me. If you can get it running, that's the payment for it. He said it was running great, so we're going to find out if it is or not. I'm going to see if I can get this thing started up. We'll see how many pulls it takes to actually get it going. Let's see. This may or may not work. Look at that. What do you know? Well, that actually worked out really well. That tiller's a great tiller. I mean, it does a good job. Now it's just a matter of raking it out. And I don't know, if you live in Southwest Missouri, this is what you deal with. Anytime you dig anywhere, this is what you deal with, rocks. I mean, just huge rocks. So I got my wheelbarrow. Had to make sure I said it right. Those of you guys have been watching my videos long enough, you know exactly why I had to pause on that. I always get it wrong whenever I say it, and always somebody calls me out in the comments. But I got my wheelbarrow. There we go, got it. And throwing these rocks in there. There's a ton of them here. Just in this little bitty patch here. It's just, Southwest Missouri is like this. I mean, everywhere. Look at these. This is like asphalt or something. It's probably fill dirt somebody brought in at one time, but you can't avoid it. I mean, it's just rocks everywhere. Everywhere you dig, there's rocks. You gotta do it. And I swear, I dug my garden out. When I put that garden in, dug it out about that deep, the whole thing, and brought dirt in and replaced the dirt with rock-free dirt. Anytime I go dig in that garden, I almost always dig up a rock. It's like it grows them. I don't know. They just come to the surface or something. It's crazy. So anyway, I got some rocks to pick up and some dirt to rake out, but yeah, tiller did a great job. All right, well, I think that pretty much does it. That wasn't too bad, actually. Got a whole wheelbarrow full of rocks here, and got this ground all kind of leveled out. Now, the thing is, I picked up a ton of rocks. I'll bring you over here, I'll show you this. Look at this wheelbarrow here. Let me bring it over. I said wheelbarrow again, didn't I? Oh, well. So you can see, about half full, and that's just out of that little bitty patch of land right there. Now, here's the deal. When it rains, I'm gonna have to do it again, because all that ground's gonna settle and the rocks are gonna rise up to the top, and I'll have to come back through here and pick up probably about, maybe not quite as many, probably half as many at least out of this little bitty patch of land, because these things right here, I mean, look at that. That is a lawnmower killer right there. I can't just mow over that stuff, so gotta get them out of the ground. I'm gonna just take them back and dump them back in the back tree line where I, can't go to mow anyway. There's a whole pile of rocks back there, because like I said, anytime you dig anything up around here, or just half the time, just walk around the yard after, when it's spring, after the winter, and there's big old rocks laying on the ground. Don't know where they came from, just grew up through the ground. But anyway, I've got a pile of them starting. If you guys ever watch any of my videos, you notice in the background, you might see piles of rocks in the background because, like I said, Southwest Missouri, that's just how it is. But anyway, I'm gonna go get these things dumped, and then I think I'm gonna take a break. I mean, this wasn't a big chore, but after working all day, I didn't really feel like doing it tonight, but like I said, it's gonna rain the next couple of days. I need to get it done. I got other chores to do over the weekend that I can do inside. I can do, whether it rains or whether it doesn't. So this one I needed to get done, because if I put it off too much longer, it was gonna be covered with grass. Now, I got it fairly level here. Let me turn you around so you can see. So you can see I got this thing fairly level. Leveled it out pretty well. It's easy enough to mow over. Again, when it rains, I'll probably have to come out here and do a little bit more because this will settle. There'll be dips in it and stuff like that. Depending on how bad it is, I may have to come back through here, just, you know, dig up a little bit of an area and rake it back out level again. I don't know. It's pretty compact right now. It's feeling pretty good, but it will settle after a rain. And again, I'll have to pick up more rocks. But, you know, that is just what you deal with. So anyway, you know, you just got to do things when you got the time to do them, when you got the opportunity to do them. Hopefully you guys are all holding up well during this pandemic we're in, this shut-in that we're in right now. You know, we've been just kind of hanging out at the house. Family's doing well. My wife is a pharmacy technician, so she does have to go to work. She's an essential employee. And, you know, it's a little bit, I guess, high risk, I should say, but luckily we're not too bad around here. There's been a few cases of the COVID in our county, in our town even. And in the town that she works in, I think there's been one or two, but it's not widespread at this point. People are, for the most part, doing a decent job of staying in, not congregating, not getting in areas and passing it around. So, you know, I would appreciate prayers for her, prayers for all you guys out there that are in the same situation, having to go into work, having to deal with the public in high-risk areas. And pray for all you guys that are healthcare workers that are fighting this battle for us. We appreciate that. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. We will see you guys again on the next video. Take care.